5, 4. Hey everyone, it's Sangod, aka Zero here. So, I tried following Lupino and sitting there to see if, maybe I could change that. Well, I did. In a bad way as well. Lupino didn't kill me. The Sky Ripper core is what killed me. So, I kind of have an idea. And it's going to sound stupid. But I kind of wonder if I take the Sky Ripper mechanism and the Ibis Stone, what would happen? It's because, technically, the Empire wants both of them. The core on its own is poisonous without the mechanism to contain it. If I take the Iblis Stone, there's nothing for them to use. So I kind of wonder if I can do that.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces deep. And then, this Emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it back to the surface. Renato wasn't exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon. But surely, there must be some way to do it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the Earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it. Set foot on the island, Renato couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lupino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renato felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
So I'm actually going to try to... I built the Sky Ripper twice, or one time, and it went bad.
Open, says me.
So I'm going to try to see what happens if I build... If I take the main part of the Sky Ripper. Oh, this is so much easier than not having to, have half of my health. Or every time I move, it's like a lot of my health gone. Ow. Nope. Bad Raven. Bad Raven.
No. Hey. There had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper without causing a catastrophe. Why? Maybe it's always dangerous, he imagined Zenobia saying. Always the voice of reason, that one. Well, there had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper because not being able to use it was boring. So there.
Okay, so I found another letter, which I love finding these things because they're kind of interesting. The truth behind the Sky Ripper is shrouded in a thick fog. The most believable tale is that the Transcendent Emperor has used the Sky Ripper to banish Iblis. Then, the TE buried the weapon and vanished. Was it a self-imposed exile to rid the world of its last divine presence, or was it the price to pay for using such a tremendous power? Could the Sky Ripper and Iblis have a deeper connection than a weapon and its victim? My ritual will summon the Iblis Stone. Perhaps I should worry that they will cause the Sky Ripper to resurface. If that is the case, I should spare no resource to find it. A weapon that can banish a god is a vulnerable bargaining chip should the old ones decide to double-cross me. It is in their nature to try, but gods are predictable, and I can rely on that to always be and I can always rely that I can't speak. But gods are predictable, and I can rely on that to always be one step ahead. So he knows that. So we now know why the Sky Ripper is been called back out, and why. So he was trying to call the Iblis Stone, and in doing so, it caused the Sky Ripper to start.
The sign said.
And another random sign. That'll be fine. Oh, goody. I want to grab the big one treasure box because it's a big treasure box that I already have everything from. Okay, so teleport in front of a door. Kind of bad that you can open any door that's green with any sword.
Two
Ow,
eyes good.
ow.
One eye dead.
I sliced it. Healing. My stupidity.
Oh, what does the fox say? Asked one raven. Another one called back, "Don't come dying!" They both laughed hysterically.
There we go. Let's see. Nothing this way, so we have to go this way. Oh, I remember this puzzle.
Give me a lever, said Archimedes, and I shall open a gate.
I found a treasure box. But I could have gotten here another way as well. And I go down and go this way.
There it was. Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
I'm actually gonna go to Zenobia.
Renato asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia. He'd no idea. Sometimes he would just do things, and he could never figure out why he'd done them. Usually, they worked out. After all, he was a hero.
I'm hoping she will not steal the Sky Ripper.
It is, though. He wanted to see her, wasn't it? It had been a dozen years since Swordfu School. He'd followed every rumor about her, every scrap of news. Not that he still loved her. After all, she was his enemy. No, it was solely because know your enemy. But it would be great to see her. Even if they faced off across sword points, as they'd done so many times at school. The world was a less interesting place without her.
Open the door. Okay, and now we just run. I do kind of wish the armature actually would have like some kind of ability. Would have made it a little bit more interesting to see what that could do. But, oh well. Okay, so gotta go this way, over here.
This was the nice part of town. But the ravens had been through here. They like to take shiny things home to their nests.
I kind of wonder if there's a way over there. Stab, open! And now we're in here. So let's... Dead body. A lot of
How
stuff.
could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
Give it a fire sword. Duh. Make it happy. And it will go down. Teleport again. Okay, so I'm good on health right now.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he?
Yeah, the core incident ended badly.
Gogglers. Bernardo hated gogglers. It was almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you, another one would.
That's why you go behind and you slice. Ow.
These things really slice like ham.
Okay. The fact that he said that, I can actually kind of see that him actually making that kind of joke and as a real thing.
Renato wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar. The sword crew school was closed now, but he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. I wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself.
I've been off the memory lane like Renardo.
Feels so close to you.
I'm hoping she will not steal this because I don't want her to steal it.
Renardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyripper, the Iblastone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talky truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad and filled His Majesty in. But why didn't he get the core? Croaked the Farspeaker in something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Renata grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia. That makes no sense. It's a trap, shouted the Emperor. I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators. If Renata came face to face with the Emperor, maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
I kind of want to turn Zenobia against him. Because if not, Zenobia could kill me. But if I convince Zenobia to do it, she could do it.
What are you doing? Asked Zenobia. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He asked her. She shook her head. He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him an eater of souls, an immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned. Furious. You're lying. Under a truth spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will. What kind of proof could you possibly have? She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village, and he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned. The dead can't lie. Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to. She nodded grimly. You go on ahead. I don't want the Ravens to see me.
So, since they don't know that we're actually on our way over here, maybe we'll actually see the witness.
Don't look down, he told himself. Don't look down.
Over here, over there, over there, over there. After a while, you kind of memorize these layouts pretty quickly. Open door. Going in, monster. And, oh, mark. Normally they don't have the shields. Ow. You can attack without letting me down. Okay. level up. Over there, to over there, to over there, and I got the power.
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the lost gods? Would he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books. Why do you adopt a stray cat? You don't ask a thing like that. No, not when there's no good answer, she said, her whiskers twitching.
So I am starting to turn her. To where she kind of realizes, you know, my dad is evil. It's slowly turning her to actually see things like the way we need.
The scientist at the observatory had a true witness to one of the Emperor's blasphemous rituals. The dead could be made to speak for a short while. Interestingly, they could not be made to lie. After all, what do they have to lose or gain by lying?
Ow. So many ravens, so little time. Ow, that one exploded. Okay, so go this way, then down here. Oh, actually, you want those? Then over there. Nope. It's still on fire.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had burned the reanimated witness to cinders. Renato was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels, Zenobia said, upset. Why would he do this? I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you on the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base. They would need rescuing.
We're gonna meet Zenobia in the mountains, actually.
Why was he going to meet up with her? Wasn't it more important to rescue the Rebel Council from the almost certain Imperial attack? Why was he in this war anyway? Was it really to fight the good fight, or did he just want to see her again? One of these days, Renato thought, I should really figure out my motives before I pounce. Nah.
It makes life more
True. Was he on this adventure just to see Zenobia again? The Imperial heir was not an easy cat to see. Well, she'd ignored all his Kwanzaa gifts. And on the other paw, trying to get a date by joining a war against your intended was, let's say, pretty optimistic. But on the back paw, thought Renato, yes, it sounded exactly like him. Good. I'm so glad we had this little chat, he told himself.
sliced in half.
None of them surprisingly unwounded.
Have to make sure I'm healed. Okay, over here. That was quick. And there we go.
There were a lot of dead ravens along the side of the road. Someone had rampaged through here on a killing spree. What had Zenobia gone to get? He had a chilling feeling it was the Iblis stone. Zenobia was level-headed. These stones make anyone bloodthirsty. You can tell their style from the blade work on the dead bird.
Oh, don't tell me. Why would she go after that stone?
You shall not pass!
A Lord of the Rings reference. Just a flip on away. There we go. Ow. Ow. I just countered all of them extremely quickly. Gimme. And over here? Over there. Boop. Run. More running. Man, Zenobia really let herself go in this area. And yes, I do know I've gone this way before, and I kind of like this one because of what you can get, especially if you're low on health.
As for the gate, well, you could take her or leave her. Sorry, it's best to do.
Wow, that was actually a lot harder than I was expecting. doors open.
Who leaves these chests everywhere? Wondered Renato. I should send him a thank you note.
There we go.
Renato wondered what he should do when he found Zenobia. What could he do if she had the Iblis stone?
Well, we have this. We've got the Sky Ripper Armatus. We could probably use it against it. Okay, so now I have time mastery, so I've mastered all of the time skills. Zenobia, are you okay?
He reached the summit, expecting no one. But there she was, steaming, pacing.
She had...
I'm gonna kill him, she said. I'm gonna kill all his ravens, and then him, and then his family, and all the eggs and tadpoles. And then I'm gonna burn down their pond.
Did you go and get the Iblis stone?
Do you see all these ravens I killed? So much power.
Yeah. Great, Renato said.
You really want power from a demonic rock? You want the stone, don't you?
Not really.
Good. I'd rather not have to kill you.
He told her he loved her.
That he wouldn't let the Iblis stone take her, even if he had to die for it.
Well, he planned to tell her. Now didn't seem like the right time. She'd probably cool off in a bit. So he let her get in her ship and fly off. He rushed back to the Farfarer and followed her, keeping a healthy distance.
Zenobia's ship was just visible through the clouds ahead. How could he reason with her? But he had to. The rebels were down for the count. No wonder. He'd betrayed the location of their base and then he'd abandoned them. And if she became Empress while she was in the grip of the Iblis stone, if she became Empress by murdering her father, she could still be a great Empress. But she could also be a nightmare Empress. She had to be stopped.
Yeah. We had to stop her. Bad time. Big. There
were more dead ravens along his path. Some of them wounded in the back. He knew she could have easily talked her way past them, or clouded the little tiny raven brains with a spell. She was going out of her way to kill everything in her path. This wasn't Zenobia. Not as he knew her.
Go this way. I do kind of like the longer path to get there.
Ooh. The portal that led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
Portal. And the ship spawned late again. Whoa, that was weird. I understand why she went for the... I know why she went for the stone. I kind of get the point to why she went for it. But... I'm hoping it's not going to have the same end results as the last time she used the stone.
beloved was possessed by the spirit of a demon. That's what it meant to be a hero. To brave the darkness in your loved one's soul. To have faith there was still good in her. To help her out of that darkness, no matter what the cost. But what? What could he do? She'd kill him if he tried to take the Iblis stone from her.
Yeah, she would.
So, who's your next of kin? Just wondering.
Follow me to the Sky Ripper. Let's hope we can get to her before it's too late. Whoa, that was kind of cool. I wonder if that was Time Master. Okay, let's see if we can get there.
At the end of the trail of raven corpses was Zenobia. Her father was frantically rigging a strange apparatus wrapped around a glowing core. "Don't do it!" he shouted. "You'll hate yourself in the morning! Stay back!" she screamed in a horrible voice he'd never heard before. It froze him in his tracks. The Emperor stared at him. "Run!" he told the toad. "Or hop!" But he didn't manage to voice it, only think it. Zenobia stabbed her blade forward, and His Majesty fell dead. She began laughing hysterically. Or was she weeping? "Just walk away," she laughed at him. "I've no more use for you." There was something he needed to do, but he couldn't figure out what it was. So he did as he was told. As he walked away, he felt a chill in the world. The light in the sky seemed to dim. He didn't dare turn. He had a nagging feeling there was something he should have done just then. Something heroic. But he could not have taken the Iblis stone from her by force. And she would not have parted with it willingly. A cold wind blew from where she had been. But he still didn't dare turn. And then, an awful laughter filled the air. And all the torches and all the ships went out. And he realized what he should have done. But by then, it was too late to do anything.
He should go back to some of the choices he'd faced before. Maybe there were new paths that had opened up. Like those doors he was opening up all over the map that took him to new treasures and around his enemies. But he'd learned another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
So now I've unlocked the 4 truths.
The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again.
Ah, darn it.
Faster than before? And he fell.
I did not mean to do
The
that,
clouds
actually.
parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced.
Yeah. Oh, oops, wrong button.
Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Okay. So, as you saw, there's a key hole that we need to open. Well, after I found the 4 truths, there's my key. And I'm guessing I have to follow all these key ideas to actually complete the story set. So, in the next video, I'm guessing it may be the last one. I may sit there and, play through it to get all the rest of them, to see all the other endings. And I may do, like, a really long playthrough and just show you all, like, the endings. Or I may sit there and, get all the cards and show you guys all the cards after a while. But in the next video, we will follow... I guess we're going to follow the key and see what the true ending of the game is. Or the good ending. So, till then, like, subscribe, share this video with all of your friends. And I will let you guys know pretty soon if I will be doing a stream later today or if I'm not able to. So, till then, stay frosty everybody, and I will see you all in my next video. Good, and bye.